Hello everyone! For today's video, we'll be having a special guest, my older sister Ate Laika. Today she'll be answering questions about cooking and the kitchen, related questions that I prepared for you. First question is, from your experience, have you ever had encounters wherein you needed to use substitution of an ingredient? If yes, can you give examples or scenarios where you did?
So substitution, when we say substitution, we're using another alternative if one ingredient is missing. So for example, in making a salad dressing, sometimes you use lemon or lemon juice, and if it isn't present, we can use vinegar.
Second question, have you ever had moments that you needed to use conversion? If so, can you give example scenario?
Usually, if you're cooking a home food dish, we usually use it by taste, so we don't have to measure it for like scooping or in ml. However, when we try to cook a different dish that is outside of our comfort, somehow we use the correct measurements in order to yield the similar taste of the food that we are using.
Next is, why is it important to use the right and appropriate kitchen tools and equipment when cooking?
I think that question is one of the important thing that we have to know, especially when we are cooking. So, for example, using metal spoon or a metal tong in a non-stick metal pan. So, there is usually no complications in using metal spoons to stainless pans because it's okay. However, when you use it on a non-stick pan, it may scratch it and may render the pan useless.
The fourth question is, what about using the right measurement for ingredients? Is it important in cooking?
Yes. Especially when cooking, we have to think that we are making a dish. So, without thinking the proper measurement or the correct amount to put, it will make the dish unsavory, I guess. So, if you put a lot of salt in the food, it will become very salty. Exactly. If you put a lot of vinegar, then it will taste like a vinegar and not the food that you're cooking. So if you're cooking adobo, for example, and you're not using your ordinary soy sauce and you put too much of it, then it's not adobo. It's a chicken with all of the soy sauce. It's like you're cooking the spaghetti. For example, 1 kilogram of spaghetti, and you're putting like 1 cup of sauce. Then you can't call it spaghetti when the sauce is not enough for the whole kilogram.
One last question. Why is it important to clean and sanitize the kitchen and its tools and equipment? Is it necessary?
Yes, you have to make sure that every utensil that you're about to use when cooking is clean. Because, for example, you're cooking chicken, and there are certain microbes that live inside chicken, and usually there's salmonella. And if you don't wash your chicken properly or you don't cook chicken properly, you'll get diarrhea or other sickness, perhaps. So you have to clean all utensils that you use, or even the sink that you use. You have to sanitize all of those before cooking, as well as sanitizing your spoons and forks, because bacteria can be passed through saliva. So you have to ensure that you don't cause sickness among your family when you're cooking.